Everyone should have a roof over their head, whether you can afford it or not. It's just like life. But when you cannot afford it and options are not given to you, and you must survive, what do you do? Well, let's call that point 1. If you're watching this documentary from the comfort of your home, man, lucky you. But look around. When you look around, what do you see? You see beautiful architectural masterpieces in different types of houses and homes. But these different homes come with different payment plans.
So I started off with doing shared apartments, get a 3-bedroom and then share it amongst other people, and then we get to share the bills and all of that. So that started out, and then eventually in the long run it grew into something different. And then it blew into like a full on company whereby we're able to actually get properties for people in terms of yearly rent, also monthly rentals, and also purchasing land and houses for people.
Just like any human, owners of buildings and their families need help at home for different purposes, from cleaning to security. Some outsource this service. Some others employ their home staff themselves. Let's call that point 2.
My name na Adamu Musa. I be security officer. My salary 60,000 naira. Well, I'm actually saving for I won't buy a house. I get one house I won't buy. So I dey try save so that me and my family will go enter the house. Because I get family, I get wife and I get children. So I dey save so that I go get better house for them to stay. Well, my salary no go fit help me achieve am, but I dey try save am small because the project now like 5 million naira to get this house where I talk say I want to get. So it far well because I just want to come out for the area where I dey, so it dey very far.
Now, let's take a trip back to point 1. What do you do when you have to survive? You go back to the most affordable option, right?
And the cheapest properties, not to say that there are no affordable properties in Lagos and Abuja, but these properties are located in, the inland, for lack of a better word to use. That's where they're located. In terms of buying property, you can't particularly say location doesn't play when it comes to price. In terms of buying property, that's entirely focused on furnishing and the tech or gadgets used in building the houses.
So let's see, how long will it take to save 5 million naira if you're on a 50,000 naira salary?
It would take approximately maybe even 50 years, and that's with a lot of saving and not touching the salary, not thinking about responsibilities, which is almost impossible, for anyone who's earning that on that bandwidth to save up to actually get the cheapest house. Cheapest houses you can find are houses that probably will go for 25 million, for 1 bedroom in the inner land as well. And that's just like, that's reaching, it will take a long time.
In that time, this little kid that is 2 years now will be 6. in need of education, and other bare necessities of life.
Alright, government, I beg, make una support me, make una support my family. Me, I be security officer and I don't serve this country well. I beg, make una help me, make I get this project where I define.
Let's assume all past mistakes have been forgiven.
So I think something that I think the government should inculcate, when it comes to low housing is actually, or low income earners for housing, is the idea of monthly rentals. Monthly rentals are a lot better when it comes to, for people, or rather for people who earn low income, because that way you're able to plan out yourself every other month. Obviously, it wouldn't be too much, because the idea of actually looking for bulk money to pay out the rent for a year um, um, can be extremely ridiculous, so that would obviously mean that you either have to borrow, you either have to, I don't know, starve yourself or sorts of certain things. But if there is monthly rental, people can concentrate on actually, whatever it is they make, they'll be able to actually budget their rent according to, the month, as opposed to looking for bulk money, to pay out for the year. That's number one. Secondly, another thing that would be helpful is being able to actually access a mortgage, so that you can actually buy a house, and you pay monthly depending on your credit score. If all of these things are put into place properly, it would help a lot of people, a lot of young people, to be homeowners, and then they can spread payments through the a certain tenure of their lives, that is not so, what's it called, stressful. Now, already there are mortgages, or their mortgage houses. They're supposed to be institutions that are supposed to help out with these things, but they're not readily or easily accessible. The processes through which you can access these things are very, very strenuous. So the idea of actually making them easily accessible would actually help people, to access or to own homes. If you look at the model with which it's being operated outside of Nigeria, if you see where 20-something-year-olds are already owning homes, and then by the time they're 40, 50, they've paid out their mortgages and they're full homeowners. At that time, the property would have appreciated. You'd have at least that for your lifetime, or in your lifetime, all you need to do is pay a certain amount monthly, and you have a roof over your head. Whatever you intend to do with that roof is your business, because from there you can talk about business plans. You might decide to live in the house, you might decide to turn it to a short let, you might decide to turn it to a rental apartment, or shared apartments, whichever way. But at the end of the day, it's your property, you're paying for it, and then in maybe 20, 30 years time, it belongs to you. But that this is your property. There's no situation of you moving from place to place, or having to pay ridiculous amounts when it comes to moving or changing houses, or whatnot. Everything you're going to be doing will be done on your own house, in the long run. So yeah, these are the things I think. Yes.
Point 3.